I think people want to see much more daylight now, much more natural light, if you like, coming into a building. And one of the purposes of a light fitting or developing artificial light is to get this kind of balance between natural daylight and artificial light. First of all, had to approach the issue kind of philosophically, really. I mean, light is a huge subject, and you have to think of light from total blackness to total light.
And iGuzzini did ask us very specifically to work on something within the office sector, but I think what we've come up with could, as Nick was saying, could shift into many different areas. And we wanted to reinvent the fluorescent fitting, which is a very old form of lighting. So we came up with this idea of a series of cups and worked on the geometry, and it was Guzzini that finally got it to work at the efficiencies that we were trying to achieve.
It could be used in so many different ways. You start off with an absolutely basic idea of using fluorescent tubes, which are a very cheap object and so on, to make them into a fitting which is attractive to look at and appealing to look at.
We didn't feel that it was necessary to make yet another solution or to reinvent the wheel, for a cliche. So we wanted to look at it from first principles, go back to what is happening in office lighting at the moment. Why are we designing a new fitting? Do we need a new fitting? Some of the questions from the architects was creating this feeling of the sky above your head. We started thinking about how the illuminance from the fluorescent light could then illuminate the ceiling and give us a more diffuse light and less contrast, and that was where we started working on these elements. It has a performance that works within the rules and regulations of an office, so it can do the basics. But from an aesthetic point of view, I think it can move across a lot of areas. Domestic as well. It could be, well, I'd like to have one in my home.
If you go into the room, you're going to say, very nice light fittings.